We start off a little bit down on the trending topics this morning. Over 100 people are feared dead in Cuba. That's plane crash. A Cuban state airways plane with 110 passengers and crew on board crashed shortly after taking off from Havana Friday. Oh boy. Cuban state media reported that 3 people had been pulled alive from the mangled wreckage and were in critical condition in hospital. There was no other official mention of survivors from a nearly 40-year-old Boeing 737, which crashed into a field close to a wooded area near Havana's Jose Marti Airport, sending a thick column of acrid smoke into the air. The plane, carrying 104 passengers, was almost completely destroyed in the crash and subsequent fire, which was put out by firefighters who raced to the scene, along with a fleet of ambulances. Emergency personnel combed through the wreckage, lending little hope that there could be other survivors.
A member of my family, he studied in Cuba, somewhere over now living in Japan. I messaged him yesterday, and you can understand that the mood was because he took those flights regular, those domestic flights regularly. So it's, again, remember it was 2 weeks ago when 3 of our own crashed here. So we're talking about safety in the air and safety. And
it's kind of hard, especially knowing that, I just come back. So it could have been any plane. It's any plane. It's a possibility. That's always a risk you take when you put yourself into any vehicle, whether it's in the air or on the ground. It's a risk you take.
Yeah, and it's almost like you can't even think. Like, if you think about it, you don't.
No, I don't.
Do it,
I don't. I just don't think about it.
Yeah.
And from one negative to another this morning.
Okay, so Texas high school shooter identified as 17-year-old Dimitri Pogrutis early Friday morning. A gunman opened fire inside Santa Fe High School, killing 10 people, 9 of which were students. Since then, the gunman has been apprehended and identified, who was known in school for wearing a distinctive trench coat almost every day. In fact, according to CNN, the shooter used the same coat to hide the shotgun used in the shooting. Now, the 17-year-old is being held on capital murder charges with no bond and a possibility of additional charges. Explosives were also found on the scene.
Yeah, normally when these things happen, they say that, there were no signs and no red flags. But when I was actually listening to CNN last night, they said it was on his Facebook page. Like, he was planning to do this and it was out there. This was there. Why do we not take these things seriously? Why, especially knowing that there's so many of them happening in the U.S.? Why is it that if you see a sign of this? I mean, the other day they had a scare in a school, and I won't even bother to say it, but there was a scare, and within minutes, that was locked down. That was, it was just a scare. Why is it that we don't take this seriously?
It's because America is a place who they believe in freedom of expression.
Yeah.
So you can express yourself how you feel. If a youngster comes to school every day in a trench coat, you see in Columbine, and that was the earmark of what led to one of the first biggest mass shootings. And if this youngster mirrors himself...
Exactly. It's like he's emulating the gentleman. No, I don't know how that becomes something that is ignored. But unless we actually... You know what? I'm going to say it. Gun control is the base of all of this. And if that is not fixed, then there is nothing that you can do about it. If a 17-year-old is allowed to have a shotgun and a handgun, then these things are always going to keep happening. So, beat me if you don't want to beat me. All who feels that they must have them guns, go right ahead.
That,
but I cannot condone that.
I lived in Texas for a couple of years. There are no regulations on getting guns.
Yeah.
You don't need no background check.
You just walk in and buy it like you're walking and buy Panadol.
Because I remember there's a sporting store where I lived. I just had guns on sale. And I went in, I said, can I buy a gun? I said, sure.
No, sir. No, sir.
Like
that can't work for me. Anywho, I'm sad to talk about that, but happy to talk about the next topic. So, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been declared husband and wife. Bam, bam, ba-dam, bam, 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 bam. Following a ceremony at Windsor Castle, following their marriage, the couple will be known as the Duke and Duchess. Oh, it's Sussex. We were trying to see if it was what we were trying to call this morning. I couldn't say.
Southborough.
Something borough. Oh, look at that veil! Oh my gosh! Oh my lord! Among the guests were Oprah Winfrey, George and Amal Clooney, David and Victoria Beckham, and of course Sir Elton John. He did after the day. Her sculpted white dress was designed by Miss Waite Keller for French fashion house Givenchy. The look was completed with a veil measuring 5 meters and embroidered with the flowers of each country in the Commonwealth. Oh my goodness. Prince Charles walked Miss Markle down the aisle after her father, Thomas, was unable to attend for health reasons. In her vows, Miss Markle did not promise to obey her husband. Yeah, girl! While the prince broke with royal tradition by choosing to wear a wedding ring. First of all, there's nothing called royal tradition when it comes out to Prince Harry. Him set him own trend. The man that do tradition. And long time we didn't know him did have little black in him. Now him knows him have no black. Big up yourself, Prince Harry. Jamaica loves you. You know we love you. On to bigger and better topics. LA Lewis.
So, this was on the paper. So you talk about who were invited and who attended LA Lewis. And so I mean, suffering the other day, you know. So, Bridget, why you not go? I say, no, busy schedule. So, LA Lewis has officially missed the royal.
Oh, my goodness.
It was great to see, though. The all-black choir.
And a black pastor.
Yeah.
Look here, though.
Fabulous.
It's like
Fabulous.
Prince Harry. If I want to love you for, no offense, Madam Duchess, but if I want to love your husband for, thank you for including us.
Yeah, man, it's about time.
Yes, that's a wrap for the trending topics. It's nice to end it on that note. What do you think? Let us know. Social media is open. Everything except Snapchat.